I guess Europe is looking for sort of a figurehead right now, and Macron is one of those people. He's also a delicious confection.
Mm-hmm. But which one is it? The one with the coconuts or the little?
Well, to me, no. Cakes? So there's a Macron, and then there's macaroon. that's how you know the difference. You know that's how. The problem is I don't know how to say Macron. Is it Macron? Macron?
That's Macron.
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 Macaroon. That's that pile of coconut with that
chocolate
condensed sweetened milk with the chocolate on it.
Yeah. I guess that would be a chocolate macaroon.
You have to contort your mouth into like I'll eat a sarsaparilla and a macaroon.
Yes, I'd like a Macron and a macaroon.
Macron. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, that was perfect. It. Yeah.
A cool. Macaroon.
We got it. Cut. Print.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at Namely 90s or on Instagram and Bluesky at Namely 90s. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@namely90s. And finally, if you'd like to send us to Vegas for the final show, go over to patreon.com and donate some funds, would you? Boy, I really...
Or just give us money.
Yeah, or just Venmo us.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I really botched that today. I don't know what's going on.
No worries.
I think we should wrap this thing.
Phoning it in for the final season 4, the phoned in season.
Like I said, it feels like the last week of school, It's like it's all kind of loose. We're just signing yearbooks,
doing whatever we want to do. So
there'll be
doing
no
two
homework.
or reboots right in a row.
Yeah. Well, my preposition was a boot, reboot, or reboot. But that got quashed, unfortunately.
Sorry, I was going for a run, so I didn't have time to...
I was just being funny more than anything. I think this makes more sense. But
fair. And these trailers are like 2.5 minutes long, and we're not cutting.
Reboot.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. What a day it's been since we last recorded.
Yeah. Let's see what else happened. Another near miss in the air traffic world. Did you see that?
Oh,
Southwest
the bump.
plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it the quick touch and take off?
Yeah. So yeah. They didn't actually end up touching, but they had to do a go around. And you listen to the air traffic control audio. The private jet pilot is clearly very confused, but I will admit that like Midway is a very confusing airport.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they've done a lot to like standardize the English phrases that are used in air traffic control all across the world. Like English is the language of air traffic control.
Yeah, Whiskey Foxtrot Tango.
But like, if you can't follow directions around the airport, maybe you shouldn't be driving a vehicle at the airport. Like, I know that sounds bad. It makes me sound like an authoritarian takeover D-bag, but like, I think we have to be a little safer, don't you think?
Yeah. Did you just say if you're DI, you shouldn't be driving a plane?
That's not what I said. But if you don't understand the airport, or you don't have a loose understanding of its layout and how to get around it, like maybe don't cross the runway. Maybe don't be doing that. But this is where like private jets are. It's a lot. Like people are a lot less regulated. That's where a lot of the accidents happen. It's not the commercial airliners typically. They're just dodging the maniacs that are driving around aimlessly at the airport.
True. I mean, have you ever been in a Cessna? Things are basically made out of milk crates and duct tape.
Yeah. It's just like drinking straws with like disposable plastic bags just taped around.
Yeah, it's a nightmare for the turtles if they crash over water. Rip to the max. Rip to the max who?
Strangling
Turtles.
all those turtles. Yeah. But in any case, glad that no one was hurt in that near miss today.
Yeah, that was a crazy video.
Meanwhile, in your local authoritarian takeover, what else happened? Oh, I saw the thing where Jon Stewart like cut his hand on a mug when he smashed it on TV.
I love that the mug said "World's Most Dad."
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Last night's episode was pretty good.
I watched about 5 minutes and I had to go play Rocket League. So
tonight's episode was good too with Desi. Honestly, I think Desi Lydic should take over. Maybe her and Jordan Klepper take over the Daily Show. No offense to Ronnie Chang and Michael Costa,
it's okay.
But
they can't all be good. I mean, they can't all be superstars, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that was funny when you sent the picture of the joint. That was the story of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and you're like, they fired 2 people from this picture. Can you guess which 2? Turns out it's the black man and the woman, and the rest of them are old, grumpy-looking white men.
Mm-hmm. You know what they need to bring back? Grumpy Old Men, which was like a movie right? with from the 90s with what's his name? Walter Cronkite? Nope.
Tom Brokaw, Peter Jennings. No, these are all just news anchors.
Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. Oh yeah.
Speaking of Lemon, did you see? I'm just kidding. No, I was going to say make a Don Lemon joke, but did you see that MSNBC canceled like 2 non-white hosts or something from their network?
No. Is that the one? Clearly,
I should be saying this with such certainty when I can't even explain to you who they were. But
I also saw it wasn't Don Lemon. Who someone? Lester Holt is retiring at the end.
Yeah, Lester Holt retiring. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
I never watched that channel, but
I like NBC.
I watch the David Muir ABC News never because I don't watch ABC News, but when I do, it's David Muir.
Yeah,
I grew up on ABC News though. Peter Jennings.
Yeah, Peter Jennings for sure. Steve Poole on our local channel.
Well, I feel like
ripped to the max.
You know, like how there's the whole Miracle Whip mayonnaise thing.
Miracle
some households are Miracle Whip, some households are mayonnaise. The people who like Miracle Whip are like, no, it's just like mayonnaise. You're like, no,
it's not really.
It's not. That's like news stations. You've got like the Como people are the mayonnaise people, right? The King 5 people are like the Miracle Whip people. The Cairo 7 people, I'm not sure what's going on over there.
I would say Cairo 7 is the Miracle Whip.
And then Q13, it's like putting marshmallow fluff on your sandwich, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird over there at Q13 Fox.
Is this going to be in your type 5?
I don't know. It wasn't a very good joke. It is funny though when news channels are like Channel 2 News, and I'm like, we didn't even have Channel 2. It was just like that snow, that black and white snow. Yeah. Or it's like Fox 73. You're like, why is a local channel on Channel 73?
I think Portland's NBC affiliate is Channel 2.
Like I'm flipping channels. You want me to go from Channel 4 to Channel 6 to Channel 83 for the local news? Like what's going on there? Why is it not? What's the deal with that?
What's the deal with airline food? Oh, I had to set up a PA over the weekend.
Public address. By the way, that's what I was trying to get at. I was making jokes about Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yes, I fourscore and
the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Ago. Yeah. What does PA stand for in that context?
Public address.
A PA
means
system.
Public address.
Yep,
yeah.
That makes sense. I had to put together a microphone and some speakers.
Which shouldn't be a stretch for you.
Which shouldn't be a stretch for me given how much we do. Well, everything we do is digital, so it's like
that is true.
I haven't touched and then you used to do the sound.
Indeed.
I did the lights. Not well, by the way. Like, put a spotlight on them. No, it's cooler if they're in colors. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so I had to put one of those together, and it was just like, wow, this is old school. This is. I don't know what my point was.
Oh, I have something to say.
Okay.
I saw news today that, well, are you aware of this whole lawsuit from the Crichton estate against John Wells and Noah Wiley of The Pit?
You've brought it up once or twice.
So apparently the judge is allowing it to go forward and go to trial. Basically, they're alleging, the Crichton estate is alleging that The Pit is a derivative work of ER because it takes place in an ER. Now, granted, it does have the showrunner from ER and one of the main stars, but they have different names and it's like a different concept. I don't think the Crichton estate's going to win, and frankly, I'm not sure that they should, but it is going to go forward. I
mean, they might just end up settling out of court too. Who knows?
Probably. I mean, they can go sue Grey's Anatomy, but you got to be, I mean, I'm sure Sherry Crichton needs the money, which is the same reason she had James Patterson finish Eruption.
Did you end up reading that?
Crichton. I have it on my bedside table. I need to read it. Apparently it's kind of a letdown at the end because, well, the end was, I'm not that Patterson's not a good writer.
Yeah. I mean,
he's just not anywhere near what, like,
he
the
wrote
type
all those
of
YA novels about Percy Jackson.
No.
Oh, he wrote all of those YA novels about.
I think he's a prolific mystery author. Anyway, so she needs to keep the money going.
Yeah.
But we'll see what the outcome of that is. The IP of Michael Crichton. So
James Patterson. Yeah.
Maximum Ride, maybe. Did he write that one?
Kiss the Girls. Along Came a Spider.
That's what's written on the inside of Donald Trump's wrist, so he can remind himself.
Why is he told me?
Yeah, Maximum Ride is written by James Patterson. I think James Patterson is the best-selling author ever?
Of all time.
Maybe not.
Alex Cross. That's who I was trying to think of. Let's see. I feel like Wikipedia would say that.
He writes thrillers.
Maximum Ride were banned from 2 elementary school libraries in Florida's Martin County School District and placed in their middle school libraries.
I mean, he sold 425 million copies of his books. So I don't know if that's the most prolific, but that's a lot.
He was arguing that Maximum Ride shouldn't be banned in an elementary school library because he wants 5th graders to read his stuff.
Anyway, well, there you go. Patterson. I was trying to segue cutely into the next stuff.
You did a great job, and I derailed it because, again, we're just signing yearbooks.
Yeah. Hack us. Have a kick-ass summer. Isn't that what people wrote?
Hags
have a great summer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were you making a play on that? And then
I actually don't know.
As a bad comedy partner, I didn't pick up on that.
You're like, yeah, no, that's not what it was. Oh.
First rule of improv, correct your partner.
Yeah, it's just momentum just screeching to a halt. Perfect.
I did say maybe we shouldn't record tonight at some point.
Well, but you know what happens? Like, then Friday comes and they were like, let's play Rocket League instead.
Yep. And then it's like
we
Sunday,
start
and I'm like,
recording Monday morning.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do today on the Namely 90s podcast?
Don't say podcast. It's always weird when someone says Namely 90s podcast.
The Namely 90s podcast. How old am I? Oh, boy.
See, me just shutting it down again. What is with me tonight?
I don't know.
We are doing a Boot or Reboot, as Andrew may have hinted at with Michael Crichton. We are, and actually just blatantly said earlier, so did I, we're going to be looking at the sequels to Jurassic Park. Should it be rebooted? I mean, they already are rebooting it. My point being, we're going to look at the first sequel to Jurassic Park, and then we're going to look at the start of the sequel trilogy to the sequel trilogy, Jurassic World. So we're going to be looking at The Lost World, Jurassic Park, this trailer, as well as two. Sorry.
As well too as
Jurassic World Rebirth, starring Scarlett
Johansson.
Yeah. You know what?
I was just gonna say, oh boy, I have not seen the new trailer because I did not watch the Super Bowl.
I watched the ad in the Super Bowl, but I didn't go and watch the longer trailer. So this will also be fresh for me.
With dinosaurs.
You ready for? Okay.
Y'all ready for this?
Mommy, Daddy,
Mommy.
I found something.
Oh dear. Is this Don LaFontaine?
Maybe we are going to stop for a second. That little girl ended up being, I want to say that's the sister from Fast and Furious.
Okay, it's about family.
Yeah, family.
Family on a yacht cruise stumbled upon Site B.
Site B.
Now it's only a matter of time before this lost world is found and pillaged.
They said it. They said the thing.
This.
Hopefully
They said
we've
it.
kept this island quarantined and
We're gonna have to
contained,
Superman
but I'm in
4.
shock about all this.
Where's the voiceover? Julianne Moore. Vince Vaughn.
CG dinosaurs.
Starts.
Ooh,
Later, there's running.
I do like Julianne Moore and stuff.
Screaming.
yeah, me too.
The hell was that?
Also, I have to say,
Go
great cast.
fast as you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need you to send rescue immediately.
Look how tired Vince Vaughn looks.
Taking dinosaurs off this island.
Obviously, David Gold,
Worst idea in history of bad ideas.
Jeff Goldblum. I was conflating David from Independence Day.
Did you say David Goldblum?
I did because he's David Levinson in Independence Day.
Yes.
What is it?
Which is not the movie we're watching.
Angry.
But
The part where the articulated trailer is falling off the cliff is super sketchy.
sketchy,
Like
scary?
it stresses me out.
Oh yeah. I had the articulated trailer playset and would hang that off of my bed and replay the scene.
No epic voiceover. It's kind of sad.
No.
The fake cloud effect with lightning is stupid.
Ooh, the Tyrannosaurus sound in the background.
Oh, hold on. We're going to get sued by
Yeah.
Sherry
John Williams.
John Williams. Any and all of the above.
Yeah. So that was Jurassic Park Lost World. Or
So
The
this
Lost
is-
World Jurassic Park. We've talked about it. Sorry,
loosely
Mhm.
based on the Michael Crichton 1995 novel sequel, The Lost World.
The Lost World.
It's called The Lost World.
Yeah.
That is the title of the book.
Yes, Jeff Goldblum and Richard Attenborough reprised their roles in the original film alongside Julianne Moore. Pete Postlewaite. Nope.
Postlewaite.
Thank you. And Arliss Howard.
I like how they conspicuously leave Vince Vaughn off of that list.
Right?
Like he would probably be in addition to Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, and Julianne Moore, he'd probably be the fourth most famous, wouldn't he?
I mean, at the time, I don't think he was.
True.
So 4 years after the original film, John Hammond loses control of his company, InGen, to his nephew, Peter Ludlow. On the verge of bankruptcy, Ludlow intends to exploit dinosaurs from InGen's second island, Isla Sorna, with plans for a new dinosaur theme park in Slam Diego. Hammond sends a team led by the eccentric chaos theorist and mathematician Ian Malcolm to the island to document the dinosaurs and encourage non-interference, although the two groups eventually come into conflict. After the original novels, I'm just reading straight from Wikipedia now. So after Jurassic Park, the novel was released and the first film's success, fans pressured Crichton for a sequel. Andrew, you know more about this than I do.
Well, the book is it. So the general idea that there was a second island where they actually bred and manufactured and like raised the dinosaurs and then moved them to the main park, like that part is true.
Mm-hmm.
But they like basically discover the production facility. And there's a lot more like in-depth information about DNA and cloning and all sorts of cool stuff. So Like this story is a sort of manufactured conflict. That's like, there's no good reason that Hammond sends them there, really. Like capitalism will win overall until the dinosaur gets out in Los Angeles or San Diego and starts eating all those people.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. It was the most anticipated film of the year. It was accompanied by a $250 million marketing campaign, which included video games, comic books, and toys. Like I said, I had. Came out on May 23rd, 1997, and it received mixed reviews from critics who praised the visual effects but criticized the character development.
It's Spielberg, a little bit of a womp womp.
Yeah. But it made almost 618 million worldwide, becoming the second highest grossing film of 1997.
It did so well, they had David Koepp come back and write the next one we're about to watch.
Yeah. It also stars Vince Vaughn, I guess. Vanessa Lee Chester, she was in Inherit the Spy. And let's see, anyone else interesting?
The other thing they didn't learn from the first one is stop having kids in them. Like in this one, the kid like stows away in the trailer and then shows up later. And I'm like, that's too much stress for me. Like, we don't need children running around when we've got dinosaurs eating people.
Okay, apologies. The girl in the beginning isn't what's her face from Fast and Furious. It's Camilla Bell from Practical Magic. And other things. Trapped beneath the what is she known for?
I don't know.
She was in the 3rd season of Law and Order Organized Crime.
Oh wow.
She's known for things. She was in an espresso commercial with George Clooney.
Who is this?
Camilla Bell. She's in 10,000 BC.
I don't know who that is.
She was on the Disney Channel television film Rip Girls in 2000.
She doesn't look all that familiar to me.
She's the girl from the beginning. She dated Joe Jonas.
Wow.
And briefly,
what a resume.
Briefly, American footballer Tim Tebow.
I'm sure she's done a lot of things on her own, though.
Yeah,
not related to other people.
She was in The Patriot. I know her from something.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that.
She was in an episode Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, that must be it.
Yeah, definitely.
How old is she? She's like 63?
Well, she's 38.
Oh, she must have been a real little kid then.
Did you not see the... Oh. Fair. Anyway, before I go down a rabbit hole, I don't need to go down.
So now we're getting a new one. Jurassic World Rebirth.
Did you see the 3 Jurassic Worlds prior to this?
I think I saw the first. I saw Jurassic World 1 and 2 and part of 3.
You didn't watch all of 3 with all of the returning characters like Laura Dern?
Oh, no, I did watch 3. Maybe I didn't watch 2. The whole second trilogy was dumb. Like Chris Pratt doing his whole like pulling his hand up to the dinosaurs thing for like collectively almost 9 hours of film. Like, do something different.
Fair. Yeah.
Also, isn't he kind of a POS these days?
Is he?
A little, like lightly, not as much as some.
Something about Anna Faris.
I think he got lightly MAGA'd for a while, but compared to the real MAGA people, he's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's from beautiful Lake Stevens. Ooh, here we go.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
What mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough.
We're going to the Lost World.
Lives.
So they're rebuilding it?
From the largest dinosaurs on the planet. Oh my God.
Well, if I remember correctly, Isla Nublar.
Like Isla Fubar. Okay, sorry.
Erupted. So any dinosaurs that were left on that probably dead.
True.
And then and then
so now
there
they're
were
on a new island.
And then there were dinosaurs released around the world. So,
but what was that place? That was like a fossil place, aka a museum. The fossil place.
That was Hammond's estate in California that they were at previously, wasn't it? Like that's where that auction, that shady auction, took place.
Imagine like you sign up to be on the cast of Jurassic World, but then you get like whiplash and you can no longer look up toward the sky.
Or imagine being cast in a Jurassic World movie and being told you have to know the backstory of the previous 6.
No.
Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place.
Of course they do.
You ready tomorrow?
Like a lost world, if you will?
More or less.
Yes.
More or less?
He's your guy?
We're the best. That moving things.
It's a heist
and
movie.
people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
Look up towards Barbados. Avoid government patrol, but
right.
not that many anymore.
Why's
Barbados.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
Boy, that was suspect acting right there.
Facility for the original Jurassic Park.
We need DNA.
Look at some X-Files vibes there.
Yeah.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I feel like that should have been Bruce Campbell. I don't know. That guy, that line right there.
Yeah, with the hair and the shirt.
Yeah. Very burnout scene.
I have to say, a lot of white people in this one.
These dinosaurs.
The effects don't look so hot, but yeah, I'm also watching it like in a glitchy stream setting.
720p, yeah.
The worst of the worst.
Did he just pronounce raptor weird?
Raptor.
I heard a hard A.
Raptor.
I heard a trigger warning A.
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong.
Okay, maybe I did watch
Survival
this.
is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
They're helping the mosasaur defend territory, stalk,
Ew.
hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
No. Oh, hey, look, there's a kid.
Of course there is.
Is she gonna do gymnastics to save the day?
Scarlett Johansson really only has one speed, but I like it. You know what I mean? Like, she pretty much plays the same character, but it just works.
Yeah, she's been Black Widow since she was the sister in Home Alone 3.
There you go. So it's a standalone sequel, but I'm assuming it's part of a new trilogy
or hopeful trilogy. Yeah.
So now say the next things that spur my next joke.
It'll star a new ensemble cast led by Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, and with Rupert Friend. Is it Friend? I thought he pronounces it weird. Manuel Garcia Ruffalo, Luna Blaze, David Iacono, and Ed Shkree. Yep.
You can't. Okay, here's the joke. We all know what it's going to be.
Yep.
You can't just use an adjective like ensemble and it's just true because you use the word. Like, who? What?
Well, we know Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali.
I know, but okay. If your definition is that the ensemble cast is just a list of random names, just names that people have put together, like every movie has an ensemble cast then the word ensemble cast loses all meaning.
Isn't that the meaning of an ensemble cast?
Wouldn't that mean every movie has an... Okay, let's... Okay.
An ensemble. I always assumed ensemble meant like a group of people.
They share equal screen time and work together to create a unified effect. I think that's fair.
I don't know who Jonathan Bailey is.
But I think to say like, okay, for example, Ocean's 11 is an ensemble cast. This is an ensemble cast. I'm like, how can you call them the same thing? You know what I mean? I would say that's like a very famous ensemble cast, but now that I know the definition, this is a ensemble cast of people you've generally never heard of. But that's okay. Maybe they're good.
Mahershala Ali was supposed to be the new Blade in the MCU, and now...
Well, that guy was cool, except for that one line he delivered that was terrible.
It was very Tyrese Gibson, yes.
Anyway, let's see.
Yes.
So it's developed...
Going for, yes.
A year ago.
They shot in Thailand and Malta and the UK. The premise is 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, Earth's environment has largely proven inhospitable to dinosaurs. The surviving creatures now reside in remote tropical locales, reminiscent of the environments where they once flourished. Zora Bennett, a covert operative, is recruited by... I can't finish that. He's recruited by...
Oh, yeah, I can do it.
No, okay, go for it.
He's recruited by a pharmaceutical company to collaborate with paleontologist Dr. Henry Loomis and team leader Duncan Kincaid on a top secret mission. I should take a breath. Their objective is to infiltrate a forbidden island. Once the site of the original research facility for Jurassic Park, how many times are they going to revisit that? And locate the 3 largest prehistoric species from land, sea, and air. Talk about planes, trains, and automobiles.
When our powers combine.
The DNA of these creatures holds the key to a revolutionary drug capable of saving countless human lives. If they created the dinosaurs, couldn't they just whatever? Along the way, the team encounters a civilian family and both groups find themselves stranded. They discover that the island is home to mutated, failed dinosaur experiments that have thrived in isolation for decades. A lost world, if you will.
Yes. Nope. How do I want to do this? A lost Jurassic World.
Dominion. Fallen Kingdom. 3.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, largest plot point being they have to get DNA from land, sea, and air dinosaurs because they are all so different. Also, if I remember correctly, in the movies franchise, at least, the dinosaur DNA is like half amphibian DNA.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. The actual premise of this reboot is terrible. When you read the premise and you're just like, the science doesn't really make any sense. Like, it just doesn't really track.
Zora Bennett.
It just doesn't work. The number 2 is much more plausible. You've got basically a bunch of people who are like, there are dinosaurs we could go get today and put them in cages and show them to people to make a bunch of money. And we will kill anyone who gets in our way. That's essentially the premise of that. That is a very realistic thing that could happen today.
Capitalism.
This whole thing, like Dr. Henry Loomis, like, what is he, a safe manufacturer?
They have to get the 3 magical DNA MacGuffins.
I don't know how you can call yourself a writer and be like, so we'll call her Zora Bennett. She'll be a covert dinosaur operative. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Let's be honest. This was a Marvel movie before they just slapped the Jurassic Park skin on it.
Yeah, there were some creatures from another world. Something with a what's that thing that sends them place to place in Thor?
Bifrost.
Thank you, the Bifrost. Where they come up with that name. Anyway, there you go. So, gun to head.
Yeah, gun to head. Which one are you watching? The older one with the less. And may I remind you, 1, Jeff Goldblum's stepdaughter or daughter or whatever saves the day with gymnastics. 2, the completely unnecessary last 40 minutes of the film with the dinosaur rampaging around San Diego after the entire film's done.
I like how his stepdaughter, whatever, has to do like a routine, and there's just a chalk bag there. Like, wasn't there? I swear there was some sort of like that.
She found dust or something to do the high bars.
Someone from off camera outside of frame throws her a chalk bag.
Yeah.
And then that one coach. Oh, never mind. That guy's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh. The problem is this isn't a question of which movie is better, but I always think,
which one will you see? How about not even which
so
one gun to your head would you watch?
No, yes. I'm walking into a movie theater. I can buy one of 2 tickets.
Yes.
Ooh.
I was going to frame it as which one would you watch next?
No, it doesn't help me. It makes it worse.
We have a known you have for once in your life, you have a known quantity in this. You know the Lost World. You've seen the Lost World.
Probably the new one.
Really?
I would probably watch the new one. Yeah.
Really?
Because it's not like the Lost World 2, although the story's a little bit more plausible. Like the acting's not all that much better. Like Julianne Moore is great.
True.
Jeff Goldblum is great. Everyone else is sort of mid. The end is bad.
The only memorable part is the dinosaur, the articulated trailer scene.
Yep. There's not enough action. Yeah. And the articulated scene is like a little bit much. It's a little bit, there's a lot of plot armor and it's a little bit like over the top.
That window be cracking.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the new one. I don't have high hopes, but it looked watchable.
It did look watchable.
Yeah, I'd like to see how the graphics look on a real like HD screen, not like 720 streamed through Zoom, because it made the effects look awful.
I mean, the Jurassic or the Lost World trailer was even worse. So,
but I do like ScarJo. I mean,
yeah,
can't discount that.
I like ScarJo too.
All right. How about you? It's a hard one.
I think if we reframe it as which one will I go back to watch after I've seen this one, most likely two, Lost World. Yeah, but that's just me projecting. Now, biggest question: would you rather watch any of the Jurassic Worlds previous to this, or this new one? I don't know.
One of them does have Vincent D'Onofrio in it before he gets 8.
True. But it's also a almost rehash of the first Jurassic Park with more people.
True.
But to be fair, most Jurassic Park movies are
Dallas
rehashes.
Bryce Howard, who becomes more likable throughout the series, but
yeah, I think you meant her character, not
yeah. Also, the stupid like balls they roll around in for the tours are stupid.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for our mid-episode break.
Balls.
Slap Dem Nut 69. What was that guy's name?
I don't cut this part anymore, right?
Oh shoot. Well, that's what the guy's name was.
It was.
All right. And now back to the show.
Well, after some quick cutting,
you're welcome.
Hopefully.
Well, to be fair, we've cut that out for a long time. I forgot.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll remember to cut that. If not, you just heard the name of a Rocket League player that we played tonight. So we're going to finish up with the BuzzFeed quiz. And for once, I think Andrew's going to take lead on this, because it's called, you'll only score 14 out of 14 in this quiz if you've seen Jurassic Park like 200 times. I know Andrew's read the book at least 3 times in his life.
But this part, I don't think he's named. Okay, let's do it.
All right. Number 1, what is the name of the guy who raises the gate in the opening scene before getting eaten? Is it Joffrey, Jeffrey, or Godfrey?
I want to say it's Joffrey or Godfrey. I feel like it's more likely to be a last name than a first name. Usually you wouldn't call like workers on a first name basis, but Jeffrey could be a last name too. However, it's usually with a J. So I'm going to say Joffrey or Godfrey. Do you have any thought?
Joffrey sounds familiar, but it's also a King of Thrones character or Game of Thrones character. Maybe it's Godfrey.
Should we do it?
Godfrey.
Dang it.
It is Joffrey. Dang it. Shoot her.
All right. Which country is Isla Nublar off the coast of? Is it Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, or Honduras? It's Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. In exchange for visiting Jurassic Park, how long does Hammond promise to fund Alan and Ellie's dig for? 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years? I want
to say 3 years.
Okay, 3 years.
Well,
I trust you.
It's 3. I remember because it sounds like the he says it like the owl that's trying to determine how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. An additional 3 years. I don't know. He doesn't say it like that at all, but
because he's British.
And then Alan Grant says, "No, sorry." Laura Dern's character says, "Where's the plane?" This one. Name this incognito character. It's a man in a red polo with sunglasses and sort of like comb back blonde hair. talking to Newman from Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm. Where they
AKA,
do the...
What's his name?
Ned.
Nedry. Dennis Nedry.
Dennis Nedry.
He goes, so does he say, Thompson, we got Thompson here? Or Johnson, we got Johnson here?
I bet you do.
Or Dodson, we got Dodson here. See, no one cares is the next part. So, I think that's what he says.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
It's Dodson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a character from the book. See, nobody cares. That's what he said.
Well, so I think he comes back in the last Jurassic World. He's the like Tim Cook style character.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
According to Mr. Hammond, how fast is the T-Rex? 30 miles an hour, 32 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour?
I want to go 35 just because the fact that it can keep up with the Jeep suggests that 35, but 32 sounds more. I would say 35.
Oh.
Dang it, it's 32.
You said you got a T-Rex?
All right. What was Dr. Grant's favorite dinosaur when he was a kid? Is it the iguanodon, the stegosaurus, or the triceratops?
Ooh, I think it's the triceratops.
I want to say it's the triceratops because that's the one they encounter in the.
Well, they also see the stegs, like right in this picture.
True.
Triceratops.
No, it's got to be the steg. Triceratops are boring. There's like cows.
Yeah, but doesn't he say?
Oh, he does lay on it and like feel it breathing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Let's go Triceratops.
Yes. She was my favorite as a kid, and now I've seen her. She's the most beautiful thing I ever done sawed.
Did they put the U in there because the actor is from a Commonwealth country or formerly Commonwealth country? According to Muldoon, at what age are velociraptors lethal? 4 months, 6 months, or 8 months? 8 months, 6 months, 4 months,
6 months. Let's shoot the middle. No, 8 months, damn it. And I do mean lethal. What does Hammond tell Dr. Grant they're having for dinner as a cow is fed to the velociraptors? Is it Alaskan salmon, red snapper, or Chilean sea bass?
I believe it's Chilean sea bass.
Chilean sea bass, also known as the Patagonian toothfish. Chilean sea bass is a marketing term.
Because toothfish sounds...
That sea bass actually looks pretty bomb, although sea bass can be a little bit like...
gamey.
Like dense and
toothsome.
greasy.
What bird does Hammond use as an example when trying to defend what he's done? Dodos, condors, or the peregrine falcon?
I suspect it's probably the extinct one.
Yes.
The dodo? No, it's condors. Okay, well, good job.
Oh, to save
your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. AI. When Tim is was it my turn?
Yeah, you're evens.
When Tim is bugging Alan about his book, he mentions a book by a guy named, was it Bacher, Cooper, or Ritter?
I think it's Ritter. Is it Ritter?
I want to say Bacher, but
okay.
You seem pretty confident.
So I defer to you.
Yeah, but if I'm wrong, I'm gonna look like a jackass. It's Bacher. Okay.
Nice.
His book was a lot fatter than yours. Okay.
What is the name of the plant that Dr. Sattler thinks could be responsible for the Triceratops illness? West Indian lilac, East African lilac, or South American lilac?
I want to say it's the West Indian lilac.
Yeah, because
it is.
Nice.
That is one big pile of
ish.
DNA from which animal was used to complete the dinosaurs' DNA sequences, causing some to spontaneously change sex? Don't tell the Republicans. Frog, lizard, or snake?
That was a frog, was it not?
It was a frog.
Nice.
Life found a way.
What color is the jelly on Lex's spoon that wobbles when she sees the silhouette of the velociraptor? Was it red, green, or orange?
Well, everyone knows it was
green. Nice.
It just says correct.
Green.
After Lex's computer skills save the day, Dr. Grant calls him. By the way, her computer skills is she can type.
in Linux.
Dr. Grant calls Hammond. What is the first thing he says to him? Is it Mr. Hammond, get us home? Mr. Hammond, the children are fine? Or Mr. Hammond, the phones are working? It's the phones are working.
Yes. Whoa.
Okay, 10 out of 14. You've scored better than 59% of all other quiz takers. You've either never seen the film, how dare you, or are pretty terrible at retaining information. True. But there's no judgment here. I mean, at least you didn't try to bring back dinosaurs from extinction and accidentally kill a bunch of people.
Whoa. That's fighting words.
Yeah. How dare you?
I just like Lex's, when she gets the computer, she's like, I know this. It's a Linux system.
She says Unix, actually.
Oh, Unix. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, like, this is cute. Anyway. Didn't they have Windows? Not quite. Yeah, they might have.
Not in 90.
I mean, it wouldn't have been stable enough for that level of automation. So some sort of Unix-based thing. Anyway, there you go. This has been a long episode.
Yeah.
For us.
So I guess that's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s. And we find new episodes out every Monday until the end of May. Find us on Instagram, Bluesky, and YouTube at Namely 90s with 90s and tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes. If you'd like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Namely90s with 90s. Finally, you can also contact us through our website, namely90s.com. I really haven't checked our email in a while. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Unix, Pocket Cast, Castbox, iHeart, Good Pods, wherever you get your podcast from. I'm Brandon. That's Andrew. And we'll catch you next time.
We should probably respond to that email before Elon lays us off.